Best places to visit in Greece. When you're sitting at your desk and dreaming of a holiday, you're probably dreaming about Greece. Greece is pretty much what dreams are made of after all, and it's got the whole package: golden sands, blue waters, and enough of it to go again and again and never get bored. But Greece's top islands and cities all offer something different. You've got the cosmopolitan metropolis of Athens, the Instagram-able white and blue houses of Santorini, and the hugely underrated island of Aegina just waiting to be explored. Whatever your style, here are the best islands, cities, and towns to visit in Greece this summer. Where to visit in Greece? One. Athens. Obviously, if you've heard anything about Greece, you know about its beautiful capital, Athens. Athens is that perfect mix of traditional but trendy, ancient but modern, full of nature but cosmopolitan at the very same time. Here you'll find huge open roads covered in restaurants and bars, but coming off them are tiny little cobbled side streets to explore. Old buildings give way to fascinating galleries. You can grab an ouzo and pitch up at a beautiful outdoor cinema, looking up at the stars. Plus, you've simply got to see the Parthenon at least once in your life. Athens is a sprawling, incomparable beauty that is like no other. Two. Aegina. A little over an hour away from the port of Piraeus, the island of Aegina is the closest to the Greek capital and a popular destination for tourists and locals. In 1827, after the Greek Independence War had ended, it served as the first capital of the newly founded Greek state for a while. Today, the island is mostly famous for pistachios, chock-a-block full of pistachio trees, and thought to be the best in the world for the stuff. It's worth visiting the famous Aphia Temple, dedicated to Goddess Athena, the St. Nectarios Monastery, and the nearby uninhabited islet of Moni, where wild peacocks and deer stroll uninterrupted. Three. Crete. One of Greece's best islands, Crete, is surrounded by heavenly beaches. The golden, and sometimes pink, sands are lapped by turquoise seas and awash you with an immense sense of calm. There are, in fact, some 300 beaches to choose from, including the beloved Elefonici, Balos, and Prevoli. Beyond the beaches are classically gorgeous villages, small towns, and dainty cities. The old town of Chania brings you back to the Venetian heyday. In addition, Agios Nikolaios provides a genuine glimpse into the life of locals. Steeped in history, Crete still bears archaeological traces of the many civilizations that inhabited it down through the centuries. It's also a spacious island of pleasing contrasts, where landscapes range from rugged mountains and rolling countryside dotted with olive trees. Beyond the objective beauty of Crete is the handy knowledge that it's the largest of the Greek's islands, and you can still find your own slice of paradise. That is, if you avoid Belos Lagoon at peak hours, venture further inland to discover Lasithi, where villages stand alongside prominent archaeological sites and are surrounded by the windmill-laden plateau. Four. Zakynthos. Over 24 beaches line the coast of Zakynthos in the Ionian Islands. Navaggio Beach, aka Shipwreck Cove, is one of the most photographed in Greece, and for good reason. Its marble white cliffs rise out of the ivory sands, providing a warm hug as you soak in the views of the turquoise sea. This is just a taste of the wider island. Zakynthos' craggy coastline is in contrast to many Greek islands. Most beaches are found in secluded alcoves, creating a unique experience for all travelers, exacerbated by the lingering caretta turtles. Further inland are hilltop villages where you can find traditional monasteries. As the sun goes down, head towards Leganis, where you'll find out why Zakynthos is garnering rep as a nightlife hub. Five, Santorini. Travelers arriving from the water will enjoy the marvelous slow burn of getting ever closer to the beauty of Santorini. Vast cliffs roll out of the azure sea and are topped by a delectable spread of whitewashed buildings. It's an incredible sight, and one that spurs you to explore the alleys that snake through the island's towns like a thrilling maze. The fact that they all stand on the remains of a volcanic eruption makes the visual even more memorable. But there are many parts to Santorini. There are enchanting beaches, towns straddling the cliffside, captivating ruins, and even countryside burned by lava flow. The good news is, such as the size of Santorini, much can be done in a day. Fira, the island's main town, is a veritable Greek fantasy. Traditional whitewashed buildings topped with accents of bougainvillea house, amazing views, food, and nightlife. For history, you can't pass up a visit to the Museum of Prehistoric Thera, Ancient Thera, and later, Akrotiri. The latter shares similarities to Pompeii. Six, Tinos. Famous for its carved marble-fronted buildings, and increasingly, its burgeoning food scene. Tinos is yet another jewel in the Cyclades archipelago. To get there, you'll need to fly to Mykonos and catch a ferry. It's worth the journey. Some of the best Greek wines are produced here, and chefs from all over Europe have opened restaurants among its sage-scented hills. Most are situated in the main town of Chora. We recommend the traditional Greek menu at Thalassaki. Seven, Saloniki. Once the second city of the Byzantine Empire, and later a thriving Ottoman port city connecting east and west, Thessaloniki has only been part of Greece since 1912, and that really shows. This place doesn't feel like Greece you see in tourist brochures. Its central market, Kapani, has all the color and chaos of an Istanbul bazaar, and much Ottoman architecture remains throughout the city center. You can even visit the house where Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, the father of modern Turkey, was born. The harborside Ladadika area hums with some of the wildest, most fun nightlife in the Balkan Peninsula, with most bars and clubs open until 6 a.m. and beyond. Eight, Corfu. In the Ionian Sea, Corfu is a brilliant blend of Venetian influence and Mediterranean sun. The island is flush with green scenery. The beaches are lined with swaying pines, and historic sites lay throughout. Through Corfu's old town, you'll find the influence of Venetian cuisine and the 19th century French rule, which led to the creation of the lively Liston. This is a pedestrian street laden with amazing restaurants, along with the largest town square in the country. Afterwards, head over the water via a bridge to Vlecherna Monastery. On its own isle, the monastery is a small whitewashed structure built in the 1600s. This unique site is rivaled by Palazzo Frurio, a historic Venetian fortress. Days spent on your feet exploring and working off the pasta are rewarded by relaxing beach days. Rovinia and Ataravi are the two top options, the former with wondrous landscapes, azure seas, and pebble beaches, while Arkaravi's calm, shallow waters are the perfect place to lie back and simply float. Nine. Roads. Way back when, and we're talking way back, Rhodes was home to the Colossus, one of the world's 7 wonders. An earthquake may have destroyed that old thing in 226 BBC, but the island's UNESCO World Heritage-classed old town is still steeped in charm and history, thanks to a series of dazzling topsy-turvy medieval inns and 14th century knights' houses that stand to this day. Head outside the city, and the mountain villages and clifftop towns you'll come across are just as magical as any fairy tale location. And with plenty of chic shops, decent restaurants, and lively bars, you're guaranteed some modern magic too. Castellorizzo. At the edge of Greece, right opposite the Turkish coastal town of Kos, you'll find Castellorizzo, aka Majesty, the island furthest from the Greek capital. It's a flight or a boat ride away from the island of Rhodes in Dodecanese. And though it's a bit of a journey to the island, it's absolutely worth it. This is a remote paradise with colorful buildings, seafood for days, and seriously chilled out vibes. Plus, it has a fascinating history. Make sure to visit the castle of the Knights Hospitaller overlooking the Aegean Sea, and the glorious 4th century BC Lycian tomb below it. Mykonos has been known as the Island of the Winds, and it's located in the heart of the Cyclades group. Its fame has spread across the world as a cosmopolitan and luxurious holiday destination. Bathed in the bright sunlight of the Aegean by day, she dresses in charm and mystery by night, beckoning its visitors to dance and have fun in the beach bars and clubs. Go for a shopping spree in luxury stores, visit its art venues, and in short, have a truly memorable stay. There are, however, 2 faces to this island that not many people know of. The first one is the obviously intense, shiny, and cosmopolitan aspect of it, and the other one and windmills that ooze calm and peace. What makes this island special is that it can cover a variety of demands. You can visit it for its archaeological sites, get to know the local traditions in its picture-perfect villages, and you can explore its amazing beaches, considered by many as the top ones in the Aegean Sea. 12. Mount Olympus. Mount Olympus, located in Greece, is the highest mountain in the country, standing at 2,917 meters, 9,570 feet. It holds significant cultural and mythological importance, as it was considered the home of the 12 Olympian gods in ancient Greek mythology. The mountain is also a national park, known for its biodiversity, with a wide variety of flora and fauna, making it a popular destination for hikers and nature enthusiasts. The highest peak of Mount Olympus is Myticus, which translates to nose, and it attracts many climbers from around the world. The journey to the top is challenging, but offers spectacular views and a deep connection to both nature and history. 13. Delphi. Ancient Greeks believed that Delphi was the navel of the earth, a place seen as a spiritual focal point for all Greeks. It included many sanctuaries and the most prestigious oracle in all of ancient Greece. This is where Pythia, the high priestess, uttered the divine advice of god Apollo to mortals who traveled from across the world to seek a prophecy. Apart from Greeks, the oracle was visited also by foreign leaders and dignitaries who were anxious to know the will of Apollo on important state affairs. At a stone's throw from the archaeological site, you can visit present-day Delphi town, lying at the foot of Mount Parnassus, near Arachova town. Choose the area for your winter holidays as it is close to Parnassus Ski Center, or visit it any other time of the year and explore the beauty of nature and the nearby beaches. It's situated at a conveniently short distance from the mountain, the woods, the archaeological sites that are famous the world over, and some beautiful beaches. 14. Milos, one of the most beautiful islands of the Cyclades and of the whole Mediterranean Sea. It is an island for nature lovers and for those who love quietness, simplicity, but at the same time comfort. Thanks to its volcanic origin, it has over 70 beaches of different nature and colors, waters of unique beauty, and triumphal dawns and sunsets. Milos is the most western island of the Cyclades, not far from other known islands like Santorini and Sifnos. It is part of an archipelago, which includes the islands of Kimilos, Antimilos, Poliegos, and the small islands of Gladonicia and Akradies. Exploring the archipelago is a colored dream to discover, renting one of the many boats doing this service. Milos has a millennial history, a residential population of about 6,000 people, and its territory allows you to vary your holiday, from choosing your peaceful beach, your trekking path, a typical restaurant, a museum, and the site where the Venus of Milos was discovered. One typical characteristic is the exploitation of the various minerals. Mines are still present and represent by themselves an occasion to visit them all at hand and with a soft rhythm. Acropolis of Athens. The Acropolis of Athens and its monuments are universal symbols of the classical spirit and civilization, and form the greatest architectural and artistic complex bequeathed by Greek antiquity to the world. In the second half of the 5th century BC, Athens, following the victory against the Persians, and the establishment of democracy, took a leading position amongst the other city-states of the ancient world. In the age that followed, as thought and art flourished, an exceptional group of artists put into effect the ambitious plans of Athenian statesman Pericles, and, under the inspired guidance of the sculptor Pheidias, transformed the rocky hill into a unique monument of thought and the arts. The most important monuments were built during that time: the Parthenon, built by Ictinus; the Erechtheion; the Propylaea, the monumental entrance to the Acropolis, designed by Mnesicles; and the small temple Athena Nike. (16) Thessaloniki. With a waterfront location at the Thermaic Gulf of Macedonia region, Thessaloniki is the second largest city in Greece after Athens. The city has a rich history and culture. In addition to being a great base for exploring northern Greece, it also functions as a commercial, business, and transportation hub for this side of the country. It is one of the liveliest places to visit, with all kinds of facilities and a lovely seaside promenade. Our travel guide provides everything you need to know to plan an unforgettable trip in Thessaloniki, including its landmarks, neighborhoods, hotels and restaurants, things to do, as well as a selection of organized tours and activities. Also, don't miss our photo collection from the city. The city has an international airport with daily flights from Athens and some European capitals. It has a port with ferries to the Sporades Islands, but can also be reached by car, bus, or train. (17) Hydra is hands down one of the most quaint Greek islands. Located in the Saronic Gulf and pretty close to Athens, Hydra is ideal for all visitors who want to plan a getaway in a tranquil yet enchanting environment. The charming atmosphere of the island has seduced many international jet-setters, making it a retreat for famous personalities like Leonard Cohen, Maria Callas, Aristotle Onassis, and many more. Elegant stone mansions, donkeys walking around the narrow alleys, churches and little shops set a picturesque waterfront scenery that seems straight out of a fairy tale. Given that there are no cars on the island and people usually get around by foot, its roads lack traffic and fumes. One of the best things to do there is to visit the museums: the Byzantine Museum, the Historical Archive Museum, the Post-Byzantine Art and History Museum, and the National Historical Museum are some of the best. Moving away from the main town, you will discover picturesque villages such as Kaminia and Vlikos, where you can immerse yourself in the traditional aspect of the island. (18) Ithaca. Known as the home island of Ulysses from Homer's Odyssey, Ithaca, Greece belongs to the Ionian island group. Apart from its mythical essence, it boasts an incredible natural beauty. Similarly to its neighboring islands, it is covered with lush green nature, and it offers exotic beaches with emerald waters. Find out everything about your holidays in our travel guide. Discover the top hotels and restaurants, landmarks, fantastic beaches, as well as a wide selection of breathtaking photos. The island is only reachable by ferry. Ferries depart from Astakos Port in western Greece and from Kalini Port in Peloponnese. But it is also connected to Lefkada and Kefalonia Islands. 19. Epidaurus. Enveloped in peaceful nature and the deep blue waters of the Saronic Gulf, Epidaurus is picturesque from the get-go. The town is somewhat remote, especially in ancient times, when Epidaurus blossomed as a hub for progressive medicine. Epidaurus's amazingly well-preserved theater dates back to 330 BC and is part of the UNESCO World Heritage Sanctuary of Asclepius, the god of medicine. At its height, captivating performances would take place and be watched by the patients at the town's healing center. Tradition rolls on today, with the ancient theater hosting plays through the summer. When you aren't taking in the history and splendor, discover the Palaya Epidavros, aka the Old Town. The streets guide you down the waterfront, where yachts float on the sea, and local tavernas are rife with activity. Meteora. The islands off the coast of the mainland receive much adoration, but Meteora offers plenty of reasons to halt your ventures across the Aegean. This northern town is one of the most unique places to visit in Greece. Here you'll find the captivating Pindus Mountains, where the soaring rock faces create an otherworldly landscape. At its heart is the UNESCO World Heritage Meteora Monasteries. They were built between the 14th and 16th centuries, and the monasteries are set on the precipice of these rock faces. Such are the surroundings. It's no wonder why settlers felt such a call from God. Back in the Ottoman era, monks seeking freedom from religious persecution would climb ladders and ropes to the monasteries. However, all you'll have to do is follow a carved path towards the heavens. Great Meteora is the largest and, along with its history, offers unforgettable vistas. Patras. Located on the northern side of Peloponnese, Patra, Greece is the third largest city in the country. This town gets busy due to its port that serves ferry schedules to the Ionian Islands and Italy all year round. A place with a long history, Patra in Greece has many interesting sights to see, such as the medieval castle, the Roman Odeon, and the Church of St. Andrew, protector of the town. The beach promenade is a lovely spot to stroll around and enjoy a coffee with sea view. Patra is famous for hosting the best carnival in Greece, with many events and a large costume parade. The nice beach resorts in the region are great for family holidays, while its central location is convenient for road trips to Olympia, Naupactus, Mesolongi, and Delphi. Ioannina. Ioannina, the capital of Epirus, spreads out around beautiful Lake Pamvotida. The natural environment, the climate and character of the town are defined by this stretch of water. the area's trademark. The lake, with its still waters and its small island, is a natural monument around which the entire area lives and breathes. The strong cultural traditions of the town, home to a number of great novelists and poets, and the artistic and intellectual events which are organized throughout the year, give visitors the opportunity to get to know the roots of the intellectual life of Epirus. A walk through the city has the feel of a bygone era, full of secret places and legends still living. Wonderful buildings like the House Mate Hussein, the Ottoman Mosque of Veli Pasha, and the entire historic center of the town are unique attractions. Ioannina was always multicultural, dominated mainly by Christian, Islamic, and Jewish influences. This coexistence of cultural influences is clearly evident in the historic city center. The Stoa Luli Arcade is one of the locations where the three communities worked together and prospered. The arcade was originally an inn and then became a mercantile exchange of great importance throughout the whole of Epirus. '23. Corinth. Welcome to Corinth, Greece, a city of both ancient glory and modern significance. Located on the Isthmus of Corinth, this strategic location connects the Peloponnese to mainland Greece, making it an important hub throughout history. In ancient times, Corinth was one of Greece's most powerful city-states. It was known for its wealth, due to its prime location controlling trade routes. The city was home to many myths, like the story of King Sisyphus, who was condemned to endlessly roll a boulder uphill. Visitors to ancient Corinth would marvel at landmarks like the Temple of Apollo and the Acrocorinth Fortress, towering over the city. The Isthmian Games, second only to the Olympics, brought athletes from all over Greece to compete in honor of Poseidon. When the Romans took over, Corinth flourished again, becoming a Roman colony under Julius Caesar in 44 BC. Roman influence is still visible in the ruins of grand structures and theaters. '24. Paradise Beach. Aradis Beach, located on the southern coast of Mykonos, Greece, is one of the island's most renowned and popular beaches. Known for its lively atmosphere, this beach is characterized by its soft golden sands and crystal-clear waters that make it perfect for swimming and sunbathing. In the daytime, Paradise Beach is a relaxing spot where visitors can enjoy the sun and sea. As the day progresses, it transforms into one of the island's top party destinations, with famous beach clubs like Tropicana and Paradise Club, hosting parties with international DJs. The beach offers a range of amenities, including sunbeds, umbrellas, bars, and water sports facilities. Accessible from Mykonos town by bus or water taxi, Paradise Beach attracts both partygoers and those looking for a scenic beach escape. '25. Knossos. Knossos was the foremost center of the Minoan civilization, one of the most splendid civilizations in human history. The renowned ancient city with the palace is the largest and most typical archaeological site ever discovered on the island of Crete. It is located at a distance of 6 kilometers SE of Heraklion, amidst olive groves, vineyards, and cypress forests. According to tradition, the palace was the seat of the legendary King Minos. In addition to serving as the royal residence, it functioned as the administrative and religious hub of the region. The palace is also connected with thrilling legends, such as the Minotaur and the myth of the Labyrinth, as well as the story of Daedalus and Icarus. The impressive Minoan Palace of Knossos, built in two phases, first around 1900 BC and again from 1700 to 1450 BC, covers an area of 22,000 square meters. Visitors encounter three main wings. The throne room is situated in the west wing. The eastern wing houses the royal chambers, the room with double axes, the Queen's Megaron adorned with the dolphin frescoes, and the workshop areas, notably including the stone carver's workshop. It also contains the storage rooms. The northern entrance features a customs house with columns and pillars. To the northwest of the palace, outside its bounds, are the lustral basin, the theater, and the royal road leading to the smaller palace. Northeast of the main palace, you can explore the royal villa, and about 1 kilometer further south lies the royal tomb. The first systematic excavation at Knossos was carried out in 1878 by Minos Kalokerinos, a devoted antiquarian. Ancient seafaring. The maritime history of Greece dates back to antiquity, with the ancient Greeks mastering the art of navigation and exploration. The Aegean Sea, with its myriad islands and coastlines, served as a natural training ground for sailors. The Minoans, inhabitants of ancient Crete, were among the first to establish seafaring trade routes, laying the foundation for Greek maritime commerce. During the Archaic and Classical periods, Greek city-states such as Athens and Corinth became renowned for their formidable navies. The trireme, a swift and agile warship propelled by rowers, became the backbone of Greek naval power. This naval prowess played a pivotal role in historical events such as the Persian Wars, where Greek fleets secured victories at Salamis and Artemisium, ensuring the survival of Greek civilization. Colonization and trade. Greek maritime exploration led to the establishment of colonies across the Mediterranean and Black Seas. These colonies served as trading outposts, fostering cultural exchange and economic prosperity. Cities such as Syracuse in Sicily and Massalia, modern-day Marseille, in France, flourished as hubs of Greek commerce and culture. Maritime trade played a crucial role in the Greek economy, facilitating the exchange of goods such as olive oil, wine, pottery, and precious metals. The development of a standardized currency, the drachma, further facilitated trade and contributed to Greece's economic prosperity. The Golden Age of Athens. It is the 5th century BCE, and Athens stands as a beacon of prosperity, culture, and democracy. This is the Golden Age, a time when Athens, under the leadership of Pericles, flourished like never before. It is an age of art, philosophy, science, and political innovation, a period that would leave an indelible mark on the history of the world. Athenians. Our city is an example to all of Greece. Look at the democracy we have created, where power lies not in the hands of a few, but in the hands of the many. Every citizen has a voice regardless of wealth or birth. We must cherish this gift, for it is our greatest strength. Pericles, the great orator and statesman, led Athens during this golden era. Under his guidance, democracy thrived, and the arts reached unparalleled heights. But Pericles knew that Athens' greatness was not just built on politics. It was also built on the achievements of her artists, architects, and philosophers. The Parthenon, standing proudly on the Acropolis, was more than a temple to the goddess Athena. It was a symbol of Athens' power, wealth, and devotion to both the gods and the ideals of beauty and perfection. Here, the greatest minds and talents of Greece came together to create works that would inspire future generations. Theater, too, flourished in Athens. In the great festivals dedicated to Dionysus, playwrights like Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides brought forth tragedies that explored the human condition. These stories of gods and mortals, love and loss, war and peace, resonated with the Athenian people, providing them with insight into their own lives. Athens was not just a city of thinkers and artists. It was also a hub of commerce and trade. The city's navy ruled the seas, and its wealth poured in from all corners of the Mediterranean. Merchants, sailors, and traders brought goods and ideas from distant lands, enriching the city's economy and its culture. But even in the golden light of Athens' greatness, shadows loomed. The Peloponnesian War with Sparta would bring strife and division. Athens, despite its brilliance, was not immune to the destructive forces of conflict and ambition. Though the war would eventually bring about the decline of Athens, the legacy of its golden age would endure. The art, the architecture, the philosophy, and the ideals of democracy forged during this time would shape the course of history. Decline and legacy. Despite its maritime achievements, Greek naval power waned in the aftermath of the Peloponnesian War, as Athens was defeated by Sparta and its allies. The rise of Macedon under Alexander the Great marked a shift in the balance of power, with Greek naval forces subsumed into larger Hellenistic fleets. However, Greece's maritime legacy endured through the Roman and Byzantine periods, with seafaring remaining integral to commerce and defense. The Byzantine navy, in particular, played a crucial role in safeguarding the Eastern Roman Empire against Arab and Norman incursions. Modern maritime tradition. Today, Greece maintains a vibrant maritime tradition, with a thriving shipping industry that ranks among the largest in the world. Greek-owned vessels ply the seas, transporting goods and commodities across the globe. The nation's strategic location in the Mediterranean continues to be a vital asset, shaping geopolitical dynamics in the region. In addition to shipping, Greece's coastal tourism industry attracts millions of visitors each year, drawn to its azure waters, picturesque islands, and rich cultural heritage. From ancient ruins to bustling port cities, Greece's maritime heritage is an integral part of its allure. Conclusion. Greece, with its rich history and cultural heritage, has been a significant player in shaping Western civilization. Here's a summary of its key contributions and legacy. Historical contributions. Birthplace of democracy. Greece, particularly Athens, is often credited with the development of democracy. The Athenian model of direct democracy, where citizens had a say in political decisions, laid the foundation for modern democratic systems. Philosophy and science. Greek philosophers such as Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle made profound contributions to philosophy, ethics, and science. Their ideas continue to influence contemporary thought and education. Art and architecture. The Greeks made significant advancements in art and architecture. The development of classical architecture, including the Doric, Ionic, and Corinthian orders, has had a lasting impact on Western architectural styles. Greek sculpture and pottery are celebrated for their beauty and technical skill. Literature and drama. Greek literature, including epic poems like Homer's Iliad and Odyssey, and dramatic works by playwrights such as Sophocles, Euripides, and Aristophanes, has had a lasting influence on literature and theater. Cultural legacy mythology. Greek mythology has shaped much of Western literature, art, and culture. Stories of gods, heroes, and mythical creatures continue to inspire and entertain people worldwide. Language and education. The Greek language has contributed many words and concepts to modern languages, especially in science, medicine, and philosophy. Greek educational and philosophical traditions continue to be studied and revered. Colonization and trade. Greek colonization spread Hellenistic culture throughout the Mediterranean and beyond. The trade networks established by the Greeks facilitated cultural and economic exchanges that shaped the ancient world. Modern Greece cultural revival. Modern Greece retains a deep connection to its ancient heritage. Festivals, traditions, and historical sites reflect the country's rich history and cultural legacy. Economic and political development. Today, Greece is a member of the European Union and plays a role in regional and international affairs. Its economy, while facing challenges, is supported by its tourism industry, which attracts millions of visitors to its historical sites and beautiful landscapes. Tourism and heritage. Greece's ancient ruins, such as the Acropolis in Athens and the ruins of Delphi, are major tourist attractions. These sites not only attract visitors, but also serve as reminders of Greece's enduring influence on world history and culture. Greece's contributions to philosophy, democracy, art, and science have had a profound and lasting impact on the world. Its rich history, vibrant culture, and enduring legacy continue to captivate and inspire people around the globe. From ancient innovations to modern achievements, Greece remains a central figure in the tapestry of human civilization. People and culture. Family life is a very important part of life in Greece. Children often live with their parents even after they get married. Greeks live long lives, and it is thought that their varied diet of olives, olive oil, lamb, fish, squid, chickpeas, and lots of fruits and vegetables keep them healthy. Nearly 2/3 of the people live in large cities. Athens is the largest city, with over 3.7 million people crowding the metropolis. Nephos, the Greek term for smog, is a big problem in Athens. The Parthenon, the temple to goddess Athena atop the Acropolis, is deteriorating due to pollution and acid rain. Olive trees have been cultivated in Greece for over 6,000 years. Every village has its own olive groves. Nature. Most of the country was forested at one time. Over the centuries, the forests were cut down for firewood, lumber, and to make room for farms. Today, forests can be found mainly in the Pindus and Rhodope ranges. Greece has 10 national parks and there is an effort to protect natural and historic landmarks. Marine parks help protect the habitats of two of Europe's most endangered sea creatures, the loggerhead turtle and monk seal. The long coastline and clear water make Greece an ideal location to spot sea stars, sea anemones, sponges, and seahorses hiding in the seaweed. The Greek landscape is covered by maki, a tangle of thorny shrubs that don't need a lot of water. These plants include fragrant herbs such as thyme, rosemary, oregano, and bay and myrtle trees. Birdwatching is popular in Greece, where geese, ducks, and swallows stop over during their migration from Africa to Europe. History. The first great civilization in Greece was the Minoan culture on the island of Crete. Around 2000 BC, wall paintings found at the ruins of the palace Knossos show people doing backflips over a charging bull. The Minoans were conquered by the Mycenaeans from the mainland in 1450 BC. During ancient times, the country was divided into city-states, which were ruled by noblemen. The largest were Athens, Sparta, Thebes, and Corinth. Each state controlled the territory around a single city. They were often at war with each other. Athens became the most powerful. And in 508 BC, the people instituted a new system of rule by the people called democracy. But during that time, only men could vote. The first Olympic Games were held in the southern city of Olympia in 700 BC to honor Zeus, the king of the gods. Only men could compete in the events such as sprinting, long jump, discus, javelin, wrestling, and chariot racing. The games were banned by the Romans in AD 393, but began again in Athens in 1896. Greece was ruled by foreigners for over 2,000 years, beginning with the Romans conquering the Greeks in the 2nd century. Then, after almost 400 years under Turkish rule, Greece won independence in 1832. If you found this content helpful and inspiring, remember to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with your friends and family. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.